First one is from Etherus. And by the way, these replays were submitted through the /r Rocket League Discord channel. There's a replay coaching channel where you can submit replays for review, and we have a set of coaches that will go through and somebody will provide some analysis. So this one was submitted by Etherus a couple weeks ago, April 22nd. He says he wants to learn what caused him to give up 3 consecutive goals at the end of this match. How can he prevent his opponent from gaining momentum, and general tips. He's a bronze 3 rated player. I've watched through both of these replays once before just to get an idea of what was going on. And so now we'll go through and see what we see. So his in-game name is Frank Liu. Camera settings look pretty good. So right away on the kickoff here, if you're going to flip on the kickoff, you want to do it a little bit earlier so that you land again before hitting the ball. The problem is, as you're coming in, when you hit the ball here, you could end up too high on the ball. If your opponent is getting there soon enough, you're going to go flying off in a random direction out of control and not be able to recover in time to follow up the kickoff. If you're going to flip, do so earlier, or wait until right before you hit the ball to initiate a flip so that you're getting maximum power on the ball. Here you're hitting it with your tires, it's a really soft hit, and if Mr. Book was doing the kickoff right, it should end up going towards your end. As it turns out, he also flubbed the kickoff a little bit, so it ended up being sort of neutral. Good job recovering and just resetting to get that boost there. A little conservative on the retreat here. Went back a little far, but if that, at this level, if that makes you feel more comfortable to get set on defense, that's great. And it was a really good challenge. But you really need to jump here a little sooner. You're not going to have the time to wait for this to come all the way down once it bounces. Just go ahead up and attack that ball. Good reaction here, although this turn is really what caused the danger. So at this point, it's clear that Mr. Book is going to get that ball, and you need to be looking to where the ball is going to go, not where the ball currently is. So you're turning to attack this ball, but there's clearly no way you're going to get there first. It's possible he whiffs, but at a certain point you have to stop playing assuming that your opponent is going to whiff and instead cover the worst case. The worst case here is a shot on goal, so you should really be continuing towards the goal. We do a fly view here, do a soft attach. If you keep heading in that direction, it'll give you a better angle to be able to make this stop, not allow a rebound. Even with the bad angle, it was a good recovery to flip and get that ball out. You want to be careful with jumping off the walls. Really, anytime you're jumping in 1v1, you're giving up control of your car for a few seconds. And that time can be really important when it's a close play like that. So backing up here real quick, you got the boost along the wall here. I'm not sure why you're sticking along the wall. Mr. Book, he's going to see you there. There's no reason for him to dribble it down along the wall. He's trying to go to the goal. You want to try to keep your car positioned between the ball and the goal when you're on defense. You end up with a good intercept. Good work there. Kind of rushed the follow-up hit a little bit, but you're showing some good patience to back off. Yeah, on this play, you've got a little bit of time. Meet that ball at the ground. Wait for it to hit the wall at the bronze level. You're gonna be able to wait for the ball to hit the ground. That's not really a dangerous spot. Where this hits the wall, right there, that's not an angle that your opponent can score from. So even if he was following up with that ball, he has no way to put that on goal. So you got to learn to recognize the ball in the corner, the ball's along the wall. You can take your time, make sure you get a good hit. The danger here is if that ball rolls back out in the middle, and you made it a lot more likely to happen by rushing to try to hit this ball right as it was touching the wall, instead of just sort of hanging back a little bit to see where it's going. See, a much better kickoff there. You waited for the flip until the end. You got yourself positioned behind the ball, and it went in your favor. Great work. And good pressure. Good job keeping the pressure up on him to get this attack. You really should have been able to finish this here. That'll come with time. The rebound, you'll learn how to read those coming off the wall. At this point, it's a tough play. You've realized that you've misread. You might want to save the jump. That's really a judgment call. Good recovery on defense. And a nice half flip turn, and the demo was excellent. There's no need to drive up the wall there. You just demoed your opponent. You've got plenty of time. The way you drove up the wall, you end up flying off. You're wasting a few seconds of time here to recover and get set, and that gave him possession again. If you had simply back here waited for that ball to fall down, got behind it, and started dribbling it up the field, you could have carried it past that boost and been on the offensive attack. Instead, Mr. Book had a really good opportunity that he, for some reason, just disappeared on and didn't get a shot on goal. Good patience here, realizing that you couldn't do much with it. I might back up a little bit more. It gives you a little bit more angle in case he's able to make a touch on it like he did. Oh, and great backwards challenge there. Another half turn. That was a really, really good play all around. The recognition that you're in perfect position to be able to challenge that, and the car control to be able to flip around and score that goal. And again, the flip a little too early there. That's what's causing it to pop up and into your own end. Yeah, these over-the-shoulder saves are really tough. What you want to be doing here, as soon as that popped up, you want to be making a beeline for your goal, and you want to take off ball cam. It seems counterintuitive, but what you're looking for is the little white circle on the ground, and you're going to use that to position your car, in this case on the right half of that circle, so that the ball will land on your car and roll away from your goal. Trying to jump up and hit this ball as it's coming over your shoulder in ball cam, that camera's going to be spinning around as the ball is coming past your car. It's really a tough play to make. You got to get used to taking ball cam off, and that's something that's really easy to practice with aerial training. You can just turn on aerial training, the all-star aerial training, let them shoot the ball into the air, turn off ball cam, find the white circle, and practice sort of settling that ball in different directions. It's great for these types of over-the-shoulder defense plays, but also on offense to be able to settle the ball down to a dribble once it's in the air, and to direct it up the field very quickly. Better job with the late flip there. And a good recovery there. Yeah. Good challenge on the wall. Put pressure on, poked it past them, and chased it down. That was just a good defense to offense play. And again, see your car is flipping up in the air there. You're losing a couple seconds of control. Let's back up a step here. So on this kickoff, because you're flipping so late, we can get a view of right when you hit the ball. Let's see what's going on to. It's right there. You're hitting the ball with the top side of your car, but your car is in the air. You've already sort of passed the peak of power from that front flip, and now your car is just a projectile. He's hitting the ball, hitting his flip at the right time, which is transferring a lot more power from his car into the ball, and that's going to send you and the ball, much like playing pool, sending you flying the other direction. You get a partial block on it, but you weren't really in a great position to completely stuff that. And here, just a bit of a panic. Get used to listening for that boost behind you. Use your camera rear setting or right stick to peek to where your opponent is. The more you know where he is, the more you're able to make better decisions about what to do. You had plenty of time here with this ball to just turn all the way around the ball and start dribbling up the field. In fact, that's what he was sitting back probably waiting for, was for you to turn around to see where you were going to go with the ball and attack, and instead you sort of just set him up for this shot. Even there, that flip was early enough so that you were landing right as you hit the ball, but more often than that, that's going to end up with the ball popping up real high. Sometimes you'll pinch it. It's very hard to control the direction of where the ball is because you're kind of coming down at an angle and not really getting your car, using the full size of your car to direct where that kickoff is going. Not a bad recovery. You got into position, you got yourself between the ball and the goal, and then that allowed you to get the clear. And good pressure. Keep poking at that ball till it got past him and got an open look. Not a bad challenge. You got a little piece of it, which prevented that shot from going in. Again, here you have a little bit more time than you think. Your opponent's up on the wall. Coming down at this ball, the only thing he's going to be able to do is to poke it in the corner, which is the direction you're trying to hit the ball anyway. There's no rush to get to this ball. You can let it bounce once or twice and take it up the field. By trying to jump and fly at it, you rushed it and you didn't get a very good touch. That gave Mr. Book enough time to get off the wall and continue his attack here. A little risky going for the boost there. You gave up ball possession. He's behind you. You couldn't really get a view. Probably okay since you're still in the general area, and that boost should allow you to get to goal quick enough at this level to stop any shot that comes from him. He hasn't shown himself to be, too dangerous of an open field shooter. That said, not a bad idea to grab boost and get back on defense. And it sets you up for this play. So now here, I paused it here. You're chasing this ball, and this is what you see a lot at lower levels, is people chasing what they hope would happen instead of what's actually happening. So in this case, if we back it up a little bit, you get that ball cleared. Right here, you get a nice block, you get the ball cleared, it looks like an open goal, right? This should be an easy goal, you're thinking. I just have to catch up to it, doink it over to the left, and I've got myself a goal. So you're chasing it, but at this point you realize I might not get there in time, but you're still chasing it, and at this point it's clear you've got no shot on goal. there's no angle that you can hit this ball at that's going to cause it to squirt into the goal. There's very little chance. What you end up doing is chasing it up the wall and jumping, leaving you without control of your car for a while. Mr. Book is chasing. He's able to take this ball easily down the field. So what I'd like to see instead is here, at this point, recognize I don't have the shot anymore. And circle back or hit the brakes. Reassess the situation while keeping control of the car and keeping yourself in a position that doesn't expose you on defense. Yeah, it would have been really great to score this goal right here, but you've got to recognize when that opportunity was lost and not throw yourself after the ball in a desperate attempt to save what looked like an easy goal. So just that aggressiveness is what caused this goal here. And this is the start of that 3-goal sequence that you mentioned, that you wanted to know what happened. So still plenty of time left, almost a minute. Pretty standard kickoff based on what you've been doing. Again, same things there. On the kickoff, flipping a little late, but we've covered that. So now on the recovery, went to get boost, and about here turned around and saw that he's hit the ball up. I'm not sure why you went for boost and immediately went up the wall. I would have preferred to see you instead. Let's do no attachment. Move it back over here. Instead of coming up the wall, I'd like to see you circle, come through here and circle around to your goal and flip around, waiting right here. Right. Once you decided to go to the corner for boost, you gave up ball possession, and Mr. Book was going to get to the ball about when you got boost. So you got to have that internal clock of when the next touch is coming. You went up the wall. It was a very aggressive play, and at a higher level might be the right play, because a higher level player is able to make this touch off the wall a little more consistently. But at your level, the skill, the consistency late in the game, it's a 1-goal game. It's just too aggressive of a play. You really got to circle back on defense and do the same thing you've been doing all game. Be patient, wait for him to make a touch that you can attack and send the other way. I think maybe the lost opportunity a moment ago got you feeling like you had to make that up immediately, which is another common occurrence across all levels. This desire to make up for a mistake instantly. But you got to be disciplined and stick with your plan. It's been working. Get back on defense and look for the opening to take it the other way. Again, tires first on that. It ended up going, in a pretty good direction for you. Not a great read coming off the wall, and you drove past it. Stopping there is really what killed you. Once you drove past it, again, that internal clock, you have to know Mr. Book is coming after this ball. So as soon as you drive past the ball, if you miss, assume that your opponent's going to get to it and immediately start racing back on defense to defend the next touch that's coming. You stopped and backed up trying to get at this ball again, and that allowed Mr. Book to send it down to your end. A little whiff from him, but he's able to make a wall play here. Now, he's clearly going after the ball. You're creeping up a little closer. There's no corner boost here to go after. You're not going to be able to get close enough to pressure this touch at all. And even if you were, I'd like to see you a little bit closer to your back wall. Again, with the idea of keeping yourself between the ball and the goal. Mr. Book pushes it past you, and now you're kind of stuck. Trying to backflip at it, jumping at it. Again, that second jump. You're trying to block the ball, I guess. In this situation, it's a really tough play to try to block that from where you were. and the jump just cost you some more time. Once you get to this position here, try the backflip, and then immediately right here, you bought a little bit of time with the backflip. It didn't quite go as hard as you wanted. Just bail. Just head towards your own goal and be ready for the center that's coming, because he cannot shoot from this corner. He can't get a direct shot on goal. He has to advance it in front of the goal first before he can shoot it. So by jumping and missing, you missed the centering pass on your block, but that wasn't the important one. The important one was the shot that followed. So get yourself back to goal so you can block the important shot and not the center. Not much to do here. No problem with you playing it off the wall this late. It didn't work out, but so what I'm seeing here, there's a lot of room for improvement with mechanical aspects of your game. That's just going to be the case in any bronze game. Get some training packs, get into free play, just drill over and over on these things, hitting the ball, trying to get shots on goal, trying to settle the ball, bouncing balls, go into aerial training and try to settle that ball and dribble it into goal as quickly as possible. Those things will come with just play time. The positional things, what I saw for the most part, for most of that game, you played very patiently. You waited for your opponent to make mistakes. You pressured in the right places, so you seemed to have a pretty firm grasp on that. It sort of went off the rails in the last minute. It seemed like you got a little sense of urgency that caused you to ramp up the aggression even more, which left you exposed as well. And that's just the balance of, whenever you ramp up the aggression, you're going to have more opportunities for the opponent when you inevitably make a mistake. So just stick with the game plan. Even if you're down a goal late, be patient and wait for your opportunity.